Hello, this is MrYellowGiraffe. Welcome to another hardcore video. I am here in Eden currently, and I have some plans for this episode. It's probably going to be a little bit of a shorter one. First, I'm going to start by taking this horse back to my base through the Nether. But can't get over a single block. Wow, this is truly an awful horse. It's probably because I've got the wings around it. You know. Can you get over? Yeah, I can get over these ones. Okay, I didn't know the horses walk like that. Which way is it? Try this one. So, I have the goal today of killing the Wither. And I have a couple of other things that I want to get done before then. So I'm going to start by, after I get back, making a horse stable, because that is something I actually want to do. I really want to use horses to travel more, because I really think that they are an underused, transportation method in this game. There it is. There is my portal. I'm not taking this horse all the way back, but I want it just in this area. Here are the stables. I designed these earlier today, and I am wanting to migrate to mostly using the horse instead of using elytra and stuff for, traveling around this area soon. And I am wanting to probably get one later this episode to just have as my horse for a while. And I've been trying to make all of my pathways horseable. Yeah, I just really like using the horses. I got the skeleton horse from over there. That's at some point gonna probably make it over here, but not positive. Yeah, time for the next thing on my agenda. I want to go fight the Wither. I have a lot of build stuff, mostly the pillars out there, that I've wanted to have beacons in for a while. But the big issue, obviously, killing the Wither. So I figure before I go through and actually, farm some Wither skulls and shit to get the actual beacons I need for all of my different builds, I want to kill a Wither the real way. So I've got 3 Wither skulls that I got from my travels in between the second and third episode. Got some soul sand. I think I already had grabbed that. Yeah, I want to just grab those rockets and some stick. There we go. And I also want to grab a saddle, because if I can, I want to bring a horseback with me. That would probably be pretty smart. So I've done stuff out there, I've traveled out that way. I've traveled that way because that's what Eden is. Don't know what's that way, and I don't know what's that. And I know a little bit about what's this way. Let's go this way. So the big loop I traveled in the first episode took me out around and back this way. There's this village here, that's where I got my villagers. Ton of horses. There was a bug with, I don't know, servers where they'd kind of just spawn mobs a shit ton. So I'm wanting to get this world off of an, I don't know, server, because I've been introduced to a mod that allows you to have friends join you and stuff. And I would love to be able to use that, but I just have to get it working with the next set of mods that I download the next time I do all of that. Where around here do I want to fight the Wither? I could fight the Wither on that little island. Probably don't want to do that though, because if he flies out over the water, he'll be hard to catch. See, this is the other issue with, I don't know, servers. They don't load well. Yeah, loading new chunks on them is a pain because of that. But I guess this means these are new chunks, so... Ooh. I've gotta be honest, I assumed I'd loaded these chunks already. This is exciting. I get these flowers now. I already have the trees, but yeah, I get the flowers. That lets me actually, you know, have the flowers. Do pretty things with them. Pink. This area looks fairly destroyed already. There's a village. I would have fought it here, but there's a village. I could fight it on top of this mountain. Definitely doesn't sound like a horrible idea. You know what? Let's just fight it here. So I do have a little arena that I want to build, and that's why I've got this stuff on me. So I'm going to build that now. Okay, I want to get my inventory ready before I start this, but I think I am basically ready to fight the weather. This should be good. Okay, so my plan is to kill it quickly. All of this is waterlogged to... Yeah, I can show you. All of this is waterlogged, so it won't blow up, but the outside edges and stuff might... Oh, hello there. I'm gonna be honest, you don't really have anything I want. You know what? Come here, friend. Come on. Let's go in here. I might get some other roses like this. Oh, come on. Blow up. Kill. No. Not expecting this much damage. I was on my edge of that. I was on the edge of my seat for that whole fight. Oh. Hey! I got some other roses. That's probably not the reaction I should have. That was a fight. There were a few times in there when I got launched into the air and I was low that I thought I was just dead. I want to fix this area up a little bit, but I also don't really. This is just like memories now. I do want to relight that because that's, you know, that's nice. That's nice. But no, I thought I was gonna die there. I'll relight this one too. Oh. Yeah, now I have another star. Ooh. I I want those horses over here. I think I saw a horse while I was building that stuff. Where is it? There it is. There it is. How fast are you? How fast are you? You have some decent health. Okay, come on. Come on. I'm gonna take you. You can't get away from me. Come on. But as long as you're not, like, super slow, I'm taking you with me. You watched me kill the wither. You lived. We both lived. I don't fight the wither much. I think the last time I fought the wither was in, like, 2020. Or 2020, not 2020. 2021, 2022, sometime in there. It was on the server that I built Eden on originally. But yeah, it has been a while, and I was not prepared for how explosive it would be. If I could have, I would have chucked more gold apples. I'm pretty sure. I was worried right at the end there that I was just gonna die. So, I've got another couple things that I would like to do. It's like, I would like to get more nether stars currently. But that means I have to go through the nether and kill everything for that. So I'm probably not going to do that right now. I'll probably do that off camera and use the end platform stuff to kill it. So it's not that is explosive and stuff, and it's just a really easy fight. But, you know, killing the wither for the first time, you want to have the actual fight, you know? It's just the whole experience of it. Okay. It's like, we're close. That was my nether portal to the roof. I really want to get a roof hole opened up soon. That way I can get up and down from, like, my portals here. But that's gonna be a bit, you know. Yeah, let me put this guy in the stables, and I will start on the next thing. There we go. I've got a horse now. So I am going to put this into my ender chest. Go in there. So I have this area right around here. I originally had a whole design for the town and the city and everything that I wanted to do, and I am going to be honest, it did not look good. It was way too dense and just really cramped looking with a lot of different styles. But that's what these are a remnant of. And I would like to redo the whole kind of front of my base here, so that it looks nicer and it's like more in my build style now. So that is what I am going to do. And I'm probably going to put my camera like on my crafting table here and just kind of like montage it of just me going through and building. I think I have a plant pot in here. I do want to, like, put my witherrows up. Yeah, let's put it up here. There we go. Got the witherrows above my bed. Got a wither skull here. Do I have anything in any of these chests? I used to, like, when I was mining the stuff for the forest, I had all of my leaves in there. Do I have anything in these? Eggs, sugar, bunch more random food, nothing. Okay. Yeah. Once it is daytime, I'm going to start building. I have a plan for a little garden with a well, and I think it looks nice, you know? Let me sleep and get into that. this is my little garden area. I want to do something here. Originally, there was supposed to be like a ton of houses. This area was supposed to be like super densely packed. And I just really don't like the build style that I was using then anymore, so I'm not building that anymore. But before I massively change the landscape around here with what I'm planning to do with this episode, I want to make some maps to have of this area before I do any massive changes like that. Before I ever completely change the landscape of this area, no. Yeah, more than I already have with massive custom forest. I want to make some maps, so let's start here. I'm in this tree now, so I'm planning. I have a map room kind of planned out. I need to figure out one more block for like the texturing of it, but I figured out the size of the map that I want to make of this area. This is like roughly it, so yeah, I want to have maps of this whole area so that it will be saved and I can look back at it later after I do more things, and I can look and see, you know, all of the past iterations of this area. So let me do this for the map. I do want to get the... No, not that way. I do want to make, like, the saved map thing, but I also want to... I think that's it. Yeah, that should be it. But I also want to get this area as a... Why is this map completely blank? I will look at that in a minute. There we go. No, this goes here. That does not go there. This goes here. Yes. This goes here. Why is this map completely blank? Apparently, I just need to reload this entire area. There we go. Now I have a map. I never noticed how weird that landscape was. It is bizarre looking. Feels too, like, straight. It's odd. There we go. So that's the area that I'm in, apparently. It's neat. So there was the big ice patch over here, which I do not like, and I want to remove. And if I, like, fly around it, I've already removed some of it in this area. It's ice and random land, and it won't come back if I remove it all. And don't make any land touch waters, so I have to remove, like, this area, like a block under the water. But just, I don't like this area, and I would like to get it gone at some point in the future. But that'll be a big old project. If I ever need ice, I'll just come here and steal it. Like, I've flown around this place. I don't think it goes to any actual snow biome or anything. I think it's just the ice walls, which makes this worse because it feels useless to me. I'm gonna take a chunk out of this over here. Take that ice. Yeah, no, this whole area is now mapped. I need to make a cartography table. I need glass panes is I think what I need. I'm not positive though. I should I name these? I shouldn't name these. That doesn't matter. There we go. Now I have a bunch of maps. They're all going to go in there until I make a map room. I also have a ton of item farms that I don't need all of. I decided to craft a whole stack of them instead of just the 9 that I needed. So I do think this area looks interesting. I'm excited for when I get the whole area done, like, well, more like this. I think that'll look nice. That area just looks odd to me. So yeah, my next plan is to start work on some docks over here. And that is kind of what I'm going to start doing now. I don't really have a transition or anything for this. So yeah, this is all going to be started terraforming. I've got a little bit of all of my materials though. I think I'm going to go block by block, because I have it broken up into like 5 big chunks. Yeah, I think that's my plan. So I am going to start doing that and get back to my book. Woo! Books. Love reading. I wish I had had a transition point for transitioning to this, because it would have made it a lot funnier. So I had a few issues, and you may be able to tell that a few things look a little bit different now. First off, I'm using shaders. Second off, I have a render distance. So, the reason for all of this is I was having an issue with Replay Mod, trying to get all of this done. It kept telling me that I didn't have any available RAM on my computer that it could use to process everything. So actually getting the potato patch was the last thing that it would let me do before it was like corrupting, or before it was like kicking me out and crashing the game. This is the same thing that happened when I was building the horse stable and trying to edit the replay file of it. But because of how it happened, at the same time that my internet went out, I assumed it was a crash, and then it got corrupted, which it now seems it did not. So, I have done all of the work to install Essential, a few other mods, Better Clouds, and I got Axiom, so that'll be nice for future building, designing stuff. But yeah, I did all of the stuff to get a bunch of mods, and at the same time, because I have Essential, I transferred this over to my computer and off of an Adonos server, so I have actual render distance. I can see so far. That's the village I went to on, like, right at the beginning that I got the villagers from. This is my ender portal for everything. I can see it. It's visible from my house. I've been playing on only the Adonos servers for so long that I forgot this was just basic render distance. Because they only let you go up to like 8 or 10 chunks. But okay, now for the actual important stuff that's changed. I have built all of my docks. I had hours of replay footage that I wasn't able to use for this, which I'm so disappointed about. I wanted it. I had plans. Yeah, these were the docks. They took a while to build. I also finished the moss farm. The roof is done, and I'm pretty sure I also got the interior done. Yeah, I did. Yeah, this looks so pretty. And down here, or back here, we've got the bits, mechanical stuff of this. It's just the random crafting table now. And then down here, we've got all of the undersides of everything. But then we've got a few different layers of the dock. We've got the water level, which we actually have a below water level, which has just a bunch of stuff. I turned all of the dirt down into mud, and I think that looks better. Oh, this looks so pretty. got all of the dirt that's now mud. The wood is colored to look like it is like waterlogged and saturated with moisture. I've got carts all over the place. Going along here, I have just a bunch of random little workstations. In here, I've got like a little mini storage thing. There's nothing actually in here. I might get around to actually detailing this. I'm not sure. But if I go along here, I've got more little ones. These are actually hoppers, because one, they were cheaper, and also I didn't want them to get filled with rain. If it, ever rains. But all of the ones that are under stuff are actually dispensers. Cauldrons. That's a cauldron. You don't dispense. Got these little workstations. I have cranes lifting things up. More little workstations. Cranes lifting things up to go into wagons and stuff like that. And this is a ship that I designed. It's based on the same design as the other one, just with some color swaps and stuff like that. Then flying up here. Same stuff. Very, very basic ship. Down in the hull, or in the hold, we have some cherry tree logs, and just a bunch of other, like, goods that would be being delivered to the town here that is yet to be built. More little walk areas, lots of banners. This, like how I did the door though, I think that's neat. I can't lock myself in now. This is a storage room for all of my bulk items that don't fit in my actual storage area, which I have now. We're gonna get to that in a minute. Come back up over here. Have a wagon parked under the little top. More little buildings just dotted all around the place. I like the carts that I made. I enjoy these. They're silly. The crane, I modified the one that I have on the other ship there that I couldn't find an original post for, but I had the image, and I basically just rebuilt this so that basically the idea is that this would be able to spin. You could have a few people pushing on these to actually turn it. Get this up, you unload into here, have some horses and wheel it off. Then I have a few little rooms like this. This is going to be like a witchy kind of area. I have it designed, I just don't have some of the resources I need to build it. And I didn't want to during the time lapse because you couldn't really see it. But, there's no time lapse anymore. This is going to be like a valuables room, where I have like a bunch of different things from over the world, totems of undying, stuff like that. Like stuff that's actually UIL that you'd find. It's someone selling near the docks. This is a pub, or like a tavern for dock workers and people arriving on ships. I, again, didn't do the interiors. Same reason. Another cart here. I need more, I think. Yeah, I think I need more, signs for this. Another little topped area. And we have this little, not shed, what would this be called? This is a building. We've got this building here. This is my new storage room. Right? I had a design for it on my creative world that I now don't have because I've updated and this isn't on a server anymore, that would have put it like back there. But looking at like the stuff that I had planned for here, it all looked really bad. So I didn't want to do that, and I decided to remake and kind of redesign it a little bit over here to be more of what I want for my storage room. In here I've got all of my wood. In here I've got a bunch of stone stuff, and anything that I have like more than a chest full is off in shulker boxes in my bulk area, except for like smooth stone and probably methylac. Got dirt, gravel, okay, dirt, I don't have any though either, sand, stuff like that. This is my foliage. I've got a bunch of sweet berries, stuff like that. And this is kind of my miscellaneous, I don't know why I wanted to say miscellaneous, my miscellaneous mob drops, and like banners, wool, ominous potions, stuff like that. This is a bunch of armor and stuff that doesn't fit in there, but I didn't want up where my big chest monster used to be. As you can see, it is no longer here. Whoa. Now I have to go all the way. I use so many rockets. Gods. I got a little cart out here. Yeah, we've got a stone cutter. I found a wandering trader while building this that gave me eye blossoms. And I have one of the wither roses up there. So yeah, this is all of the main building progress that I have. These stuff isn't gonna stay here forever. This can go in here. One of the things that I did do, like kind of off camera, even with all of this, is I started to implement Etho's shulker storage system. So eventually I will have all of the different things. This is the redstone box. This is stones. And like there was a few missing things that I just didn't have or didn't feel like putting in. But this is eventually going to be most every item in the game that I will have access to and can kind of just use. Then this is stuff that I have in shulker boxes that I like in shulker boxes and don't want just sorted into all of these. And this is a list of all of the projects that I have for bigger plans. Eden started. Project Shadow is a big plan that I have that's gonna take a while, and it's actually the reason I wanted an axiom. I don't know how to pronounce this. If you spend the time to look it up, you'll know what it is. I have it in conjunction with Project Shadow and also Project Doom, and the three of those together are going to be like one big terraforming area, broken up into smaller projects, and I've got Nether Hub and stuff. But yeah, this is my project book, projects and stuff that I have planned. Yeah, I really wish that I had been able to get the time-lapse created for this. I wanted to. I had a really nice one of building the boat that I had planned, but it doesn't work without the rest of the time-lapse stuff. So yeah, next episode we are going to be doing a little bit more work here and some work on something new. So I will see you in a couple of weeks. Goodbye. I did it again.